Jesus. Heavy rain, heavy rain, heavy rain. No, 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 no. Thank God, or thank God even more. Jesus.
现在做开了，开也做开了啊！起来了，起来，他也不要拍，不要拍，这个拍了才是的。
Hey, what's up again, YouTubers? It's currently 2:14, 2 past 14, Australian Eastern Standard Time, or 12 past 14 in Beijing local time. So I figured I should produce another video while I wait for the part 2 of the how I felt after seeing the psychiatrist for the 5th time. I should wait for the computer to finish processing it, while I produce another video. Since I just had another session of insomnia, and I figured I should get up and do something productive, and also in turn, through making this video, I wish to kind of educate those who don't know what to do in order to remain productive during times of distress and tribulation. I suppose it's intrinsically natural to respond to hate with hate, or to fight some inevitabilities, such as I remember Matthias said, every creature will fight when its very survival is at stake. So don't think I don't understand you, girl. I just have been doing this a lot longer. Yeah, in Tomb Raider 2013. Yeah, and I still from time to time play Tomb Raider. Whenever I feel like so doing, and especially at night, when all creatures, human beings, began to enjoy their hibernation at night, and everything falls tranquil, which facilitates my meditations and more thoughts, characterized by more by philosophical and maybe also sometimes religious mindsets, to figure out the true meaning of suffering, the true meaning and purpose of life, of my own very own existence. So whatever that has made me here, has helped me, make it so far here, must have a purpose for me. And just observe everything around you, everyone around you, every instrument, every tool has its respective purpose or meaning of existence. So even this very camera has its very own purpose to exist, since it, people manufactured it to film, to capture images and footages. Well, it still pretty much depends on how you use it. So, which means it doesn't have free will, and which means I have to pretty much negate what I've said, in one of my previous videos about humanity's free will, So yes, so far as it seems to me, we all possess, free will to a certain extent. Though I can't say we have flawless free will, because sometimes we just, don't choose to do certain things. We don't choose to breathe, for instance. Also, we don't choose to have a heartbeat. Also, we don't choose to think, since, we think, so we are. As it equates to I think, therefore I am, by sorry, I don't know how to pronounce it properly in French, so I'm just gonna say, I think, therefore I am. Such saying comes from decorates or descarates. Sorry, I beg your pardon for my poor French pronunciation. Despite some occasions I did have some experiences of learning French, so in a very rudimentary manner and fashion. Mostly from YouTube, and occasionally from some PDF ebooks I downloaded from the internet. So, what do you do, or what should we do when we fall victim to insomnia, to anxiety? What should we do in order to at least alleviate such anxiety, if not completely neutralize it? The very first thing that I would like you to do is to try to listen to the KJV dramatized Bible on YouTube, especially the Book of Psalms, since it contains plenty of soothing tracks to facilitate your sleep and relaxation, especially at night. When just now, in my area, I just we just experienced a somewhat heavy thunderstorm, and I thank God I happened to record some of it. So which means I shall include it in this video. So don't worry. Actually, this footage has to come before the main body of this video. So I should have said it at the beginning of this filming session. So that's where I got sloppy. You see, we can never predict everything that shall happen during a process, and which means we don't see the full picture of our future, and we will never ever will be able to do so. That's another fact, since human beings, they don't follow technically speaking, and mathematically speaking, a discrete pattern or behavioral pattern. Consider how we think our thoughts. Well, as far as I know, we all tend to improvise by generating random responses to our previous thoughts that randomly occurred. Actually, they all occurred with reasons, though we just can't, we just don't have such mental capacity to find out, the true, the exact root causes and the reasons behind all of those. So yeah, I just like to to advise you to read the Bible, at least to listen to the Bible, especially the KJV dramatized one on YouTube. Or if you don't have the time or have access to YouTube, then you can go to websites like y2mate.com to download the track. I'm not encouraging you to download pirated or counterfeit materials without authorization or without purchasing the genuine version of those products, those digital products and materials alike. But instead, so doing should give you at least a bit of relief and soothe your anxiety and uncertainty, at least to a certain extent, based on my own experiences. And yeah, in fact, it does the job, almost, or even almost as well as SMR vids, or even better, because for the vast majority of SMR vids, you will have to stare at those women who don't tend to dress modestly, which means you will expose yourself to more sexual temptations. Though the Bible does not explicitly condemn or prohibit watching SMR vids that contain images or footage of ladies, of female human individuals. Still, it's I consider it better and safer for us to abstain from watching them as much as we can. Try to make ourselves more useful and productive, unless when our fleshly lusts grow so strong that we can't concentrate on our work and studies. That perhaps is when we just have to fast in case of absence of a spouse or decent sexual partner. But I'm not here to encourage you to commit fornications or anything. But so you see that when it comes to sins, not all sins are equal. In fact, you can find. I'm convinced that you can find multitudes of verses in the Bible that substantiate my claims here. If you go to the Gospel of John, you will see a verse like, "You could have no power over me unless it has been given you from above. Therefore, the one who sent me unto you has greater sin." So once you were presented with multiple choices, one sin that infuriates God more, and whereas the other one infuriates him less, perhaps you should go for the lesser sin in order to keep yourself rational and productive, and to serve God. Slightly better at that particular moment of your life. Yes, I speaking of discipline, self-control. In fact, I managed to attain some degree of self-control when I felt, the lust inside me, grew so strong and so intense. As I mentioned in my previous videos, that I could barely fall asleep, though, despite the exhaustion due to getting up so early in the morning almost overwhelmed me. And it still made me so hard to sleep, and it made me, pretty much like a piece of nervous and anxious wreck. And it was such a disgrace, I know. Though it's not a disgrace to get sick or, I still perceive that, I could have done better, because for your information, I'm not the only one in this whole family unit who is experiencing, great tribulations and trials. So does my grandma. So is my grandma. And I haven't done an sufficiently adequate job to ensure that she can spend his twilight years, in peace and tranquility and harmony as much as possible, since my old man has gone. And my grandma kind of considers, me to be her firstborn son. Kind of like that. I have to admit. What else? In fact, there's another thing that I managed, another interesting thing that I managed to discover about the Bible, through years of reading and studying it, especially during the most recent times. I managed to discover that the Bible contains, truly tons and multitudes of, amazing facts and, universal constants, covering, multitudes of academic disciplines, including but are not limited to astronomy, physics, chemistry, biology, ecology, of course also philosophy, logics, blah blah blah, etc. I'm sure this the length of this video won't can't afford to contain all the information I would like to mention here. So I'm just gonna give you a fairly concise summary here to kind of try to inspire you, for those who still don't, for those who still haven't believed in Jesus, the Almighty God. There's another reason, why you should read your Bible and try to put your trust in the Lord. Because humans will fail you, will disappoint you, will upset you, will persecute you. Yet God won't, at least, the Bible will stay the same forever. Heaven and earth will pass away, but my words shall never pass away. At least for King James Version, it shall remain and abide for forever, and you always have access to it as long as you have a printed version, paper and ink, like the one I'm holding here. Large print, also a bit of somewhat large size, and it's not, it takes a bit of strength to carry it, though I do have another pocket-sized KJV, so I'm not sure if I should fab tonight, just to make myself hibernate better and smoother. anyway, guys, I just, that's pretty much all I can squeeze out of my mind, out of my perverted and twisted mind. In fact, I planned to create something kind of epic here on YouTube tonight, though it's all of those epic ideas and thoughts all of a sudden evaporated and vanished, just like they never existed in the first place. So it's another amazing truth about human brain. So whenever you discover some inspiration, then I highly recommend that you either write them down or make haste to blend them into your videos that you reckon you are about to film or produce. Make it fast, make haste, and take heed that no one deceives you with vain words. So yeah, that's it for tonight's filming sessions on YouTube. I hope this video can help you a little bit with your insomnia, anxiety, and feelings of disorientation whatsoever. So thanks again for watching and listening, and a special thanks to a manly load for always writing comments on my vids as an indispensable sort of emotional support. So yeah, in my next videos I shall try to kind of set some sort of plans to gather more help for a manly load emotion. Let's see how well I can do with such undertaking. And yeah, still plenty of work remains for me to finalize tomorrow and the day after. So I hope you are having a great day or a great night. And yeah, here I also would like to apologize to Rogue, and American folk, who provided me lots of support by ringing me on Discord and reassured me that things are gonna be okay. Though I missed several voice call sessions with him, I will, here, Rogue, rest assured, I shall make time for you at another time when it becomes appropriate. So stay tuned, and I beg your pardon. Yeah, stay tuned, stay faithful, continue to hold the line, and enjoy your day or your night. Try to find meaning in your sufferings and people's indifferences to your sufferings. Yeah, so take care of yourselves out there. Bye bye. Good night or good day. Cheers.